Hi, this is Peter Wine Realty. Welcome. Today I would like to talk to you about the escrow process. And I found this very lovely diagram online, which has the timeline that's fairly close to the truth. So we're probably not going to talk about the left side too much. You need to find a realtor. You need to know how much you can afford. You're gonna review houses, get approval, put in offers, but nothing really happens until you get an offer accepted. And after you get the offer accepted, typically you get a 30 days close of escrow. That's the transfer of ownership date, and 17 days contingency removals. And this is an example of that. So on the first day is the day where the seller accepts the offers, and it doesn't necessary to be the open escrow day, but within 3 days but this is the time where the clock start ticking, and where the 30 days clock started to tick. And within 3 days we have to open escrow and put in the initial deposit in. And within 7 days we have to increase deposit in, and the initial deposit and the increased deposit usually adds up to 3% of the purchase price. And the reason for that is the offer letter, the one of the clause, liquidated damage clause, stated that if something happens, the loss cannot be more than 3% of the purchase price. And let's say after the buyer removed all the contingencies and then decided to flee the country, the seller would rather have the money inside the escrow account rather than in the buyer's account, so that even when the seller tried to sue, the money is not in the buyer's pocket. So that's the reason why you need 3% there. And within 7 days, the seller has to give the buyer all the disclosure packets, which includes, what's wrong with, is there anything the sellers know that's wrong with the house? There's Megan's Law, there's buyer and seller advisory, there is the lab-based paying, all that type of things needed to be disclosed. And within the first 17 days, it is the contingency removal days, which means after the contingency removal, it's very hard for the buyer to back out from the offer without losing some money. And so prior to that, we need to make sure that all the necessary inspections are done. The appraisals is done and is appraised to whatever the purchase value, if not more. And also the commitment from the bank we need that too before we move in contingency. After the 17 days and toward the end, maybe the 28th days or so, the bank will ask the buyer for updated pay stubs, and they may pull the credit report one more time. If there's gift letter, it needed to be verified, that type of things. And after the 17 days and before the close of escrow date, if there's any necessary repairs, the seller would need to do the repair that time as well. So on the 28th days, usually the bank will send out the loan document for the buyers to sign, and on the 29th day, after the buyer signs it, the bank approves it, the bank will fund to fund the loan, meaning that to put the money, whatever the loan amount is, into the escrow account. And on the 30th day is the moving day, which the escrow officer will record the deeds, and the agent, the buyer agent, will give the keys to the buyer, and the transfer is complete. That's conclude the video on the escrow process. If you have any questions, all my information is online. Thank you very much.